What's up everybody? My name is Trey and welcome to another video. Now, I don't know about you, but personally, my Facebook newsfeed has been blowing up with people saying that they're getting rich by sending money through Cash App. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I do know one of my friends actually hit me up a few weeks ago and said that he was starting this Cash App wheel business. He was getting investors and eventually we would all be rich. Now, we do have a lot to cover about that, but essentially what he said is that you can start with either $100 or $1,000. If you start with 100, you can flip it to 800, and if you start with 1,000, you can flip it to $10,000. Sounds crazy, I know. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified every time I post a video. And with that being said, let's get into that intro. Now, before we actually get into this video, can we please take some time and address the fact that I'm in a brand new setting, and I don't know about you, but personally, I think this looks absolutely gorgeous. And that's probably because before I was just making videos against a blank wall. So for me, this is a huge upgrade. So comment down below how you would make this space even nicer. But to address all the questions that I know are going on in your mind right now, did I invest $1,000? Did I make $10,000? Am I ready to buy my first Lamborghini and let out a course letting people know how I did it? The answer is, well, no, I didn't make any money, but I also didn't invest any money either. And that's because after doing research on this business, I didn't feel that it necessarily aligned with me. Now, you can do whatever you want with your money, but personally, it just wasn't up my alley. And I think first we have to talk about the fact that the Cash App wheel isn't necessarily new. It used to be called the Blessed Loom a few years ago when it sprung up on the scene. The only real differences between the two are the fact that the Blessed Loom uses PayPal and Venmo, and the Cash App wheel uses, well, I'm sure you could have guessed it, it uses Cash App. Now, what you've all been waiting for, the reason why scammers, yes, I said it, scammers are switching between using the Blessed Loom and the Cash App wheel is because PayPal and Venmo allow its customers to dispute charges in which they think they're being scammed or taken advantage of. Cash App, however, doesn't necessarily give you that luxury. And now hold on. I know what you're thinking. I already said scammer, therefore this business idea must be a scam, and you would only be partially right. Multiple businesses have actually used the same concept to make millions of dollars over the years. And if you stay to the end of the video, I'll actually show you how that is. I'll show you exactly how you and your friends can take this same concept and make it into a legitimate business. Next, I think we have to talk about what exactly is the Cash App wheel and how does it work? Well, this, my friends, is the Cash App wheel. Essentially, it's broken down into 4 different phases or colors. The person in the middle, which is purple, is the next person getting ready to be paid out. The people in pink are leaders. The people in green are marketers. And the people in blue, for lack of better words, are investors. And if you've ever seen the Cash App wheel on social media, whether that be Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, or even YouTube, you'll see that it's never completely filled out. And that's because it is people's job who are already on the wheel to find other investors who are going to come in and invest in the business. And when you invest, you get your name on the wheel. When the wheel becomes completely filled out, however, whoever is in the purple section gets all the money. What then happens is everybody on this wheel will be broken into 2 separate wheels, and the process continues over and over until no one's signing up and investing their money. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, if it's really that easy just to invest money, sit back and wait for the wheel to be filled up, who really cares how it works? Now, the problem with that is, after doing a ton of research and talking to people who have tried this business, scammers are now in the space, which means they are buying or creating fake Cash App accounts, either using multiple devices or buying them on the dark web, and they're creating wheels with completely fake names on them. So no one really knows if the people on the wheel next to them are real people or not. And after they do this over and over and over, and they're only cashing themselves out, they end up leaving the space after they're making tens of thousands of dollars, and everybody who's getting into it after they did are essentially getting scammed. So it's really hard to understand who's real and who's not real, or which business is legit and which ones are just being scammed. Really hard thing to understand. So, should you join? Should you not join? Should you invest in this business? Should you not invest? Like I said, personally, it's not up my alley. I don't like risking money on something that could completely be a scam, but you can do whatever you want with your money because, well, it's not mine. And now that you've made it this far in the video, I'll explain how you can actually make this same concept into a legitimate business that could possibly pay you millions of dollars down the road. The first thing you have to do is find between 10 and 15 friends, and you're all going to invest every single month into a lump sum of money. It really doesn't matter how much money you're all investing, as long as you're all investing the same amount of money and you're doing it every single month. You can do $10 or $20 or $50 or $100 a month. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. Personally, I would invest this into a money market account so it'll grow throughout the process, but you could use a simple savings account if you really wanted to. Now, as that money continues to grow and accumulate interest, eventually you will have a decent amount of money stored up in that account. You can then use that money to buy assets that will bring you in a greater return on your money. How my friends did it is they actually invested, and it took them about 2 years, and they went out and bought their first rental property. And with that property, everybody who was an initial investor takes a percentage of the profits. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get rich overnight or some get rich quick scheme. It does take a long time to build up the money, especially if you're working with a small amount like $10 a month from each person. But over time, you can really grow that and venture into some really nice passive income businesses that are going to pay you every single month, regardless if you're showing up or not. So in conclusion, I don't think it's a good idea to be involved with either the Blessed Loom or the Cash App wheel, for the simple fact that, well, they're illegal. I mean, they are Ponzi schemes or pyramid schemes or whatever you want to call them, and you could actually face real jail time if you are associated with one. However, if you are trying to find ways in which to make money online or create passive income or create new streams of income, I'm going to continue to upload on my channel exactly that. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.